Good morning, Chicago Cubs fans. We are back with another edition of Cubs Daily, presented by Fan Arch. My name is Steven Ryan. The Cubs squeak out a 4-3 victory over the Brewers last night. It was an absolute sweat fest. The bullpen had us on edge. It was a line out to end the game. We're going to break down all of that game yesterday and more, and we're going to preview the game today with the series finale. But before we get into all that, just want to give everyone a big time thank you for continuing to share your thoughts, liking the video, and of course, if you subscribe to the channel, you are the absolute best. Appreciate everyone and all of the support. Let's hop right into today's festivities. The Cubs get the big victory yesterday, 4-3, with the two last probable starters of the series being Colin Ray and Shota Imanaga. I was least confident in the game tonight, correct? Colin Ray got lit up last time against the Brewers, but obviously they did some scouting, some due diligence, and we were facing their up-and-coming young stud, Jacob Misiorowski, so I kind of felt like this game had the Brewers' advantage, right? The Brewers did jump out to a 1-0 lead in the second inning, but after the Cubs went scoreless, held them scoreless, the Cubs bounced back with 3 runs thanks to a bases-clearing double by Michael Busch, one of the clutchest hits of the year so far to give the Cubs the 3-1 lead. And, you know, we're going to talk about Matt Shaw here in the video. We're going to talk about Colin Ray as well, who did a bang-up job against this Milwaukee Brewers ball club. But again, just Danny Palencia, man, we got to remember, it's very easy to say he's our surefire closer, and I do think he is. Do not get me wrong. But we have to remember, this is his first season ever closing. We are going to see growing pains, okay? This was a positive one, though, right? Unfortunately, he loaded the bases, and it was a line drive to end the game, but luckily, Nico Hoerner was in the right position, and we were able to snag the W. Starting to see the ball kind of roll our way in more lucky instances than before. This game makes 5 of 6 for the Chicago Cubs, and we are only 6 back of the division with a hell of an opportunity later today against Mr. Priester and this Brewers ball club to be sitting 5 back by August 21st. It is quite a good opportunity indeed. We're going to preview that game here in a moment, but let's talk about the up-and-coming development of Matt Shaw. What a call by the front office to hold their guns, right? Eugenio Suarez would have been a fun addition, right? No need to give up additional prospect capital. We just need to let Matt Shaw figure it out. And figure it out he has. I mean, just take a look at the second half numbers. He's hitting over 300. His on base is 350. He's slugging 770. He has an over 1,100 OPS since the All-Star game. He's hit 9 of his 11 home runs. Matt Shaw is on an absolute heater. He's driven in 16 runs as well. And that's all from the number 9 spot in the order. And also, his defense ain't too bad either. He's been playing a lockdown third base for most of the season when given the opportunity, right? Drafted as a second baseman / shortstop, he is converted over defensively to third base really, really nicely. And I don't see why he's not going to be our third baseman for the next 5-6 years, right? He's been absolutely incredible, and something's clicked here in this second half, and he's doing it all from the 8-9 spot in the lineup, right? I know a lot of people want to jump him up in the order. I totally understand, but you're just seeing a lot of different style of pitches down there in the bottom half of the order, right? Again, the first half, this Cubs lineup was so fierce that honestly, you're going to throw strikes to the lower part of the order because you don't want to throw a lot of great strikes to the top of the order. And still, I think the rest of the league knows that the bats are going to come back around here rather soon, and it's kind of starting to peak that way, which is good to see as well. But Matt Shaw continues to make good at-bats. He had a 12-pitch at-bat against Mr. Misiorowski tonight, and again, he gave us that big insurance home run later in the 8th, which proved to be the difference in the end of the game, and that is exactly what you like to see from Mr. Matt Shaw. I'm excited to continue to watch him grow into our third baseman because he's doing a bang-up job over there. Speaking of another guy that's doing a bang-up job, let's talk about Colin Ray, ladies and gentlemen. 5 innings, 2 earned runs. I cannot ask much more of this man. He got his 10th win. Not that wins mean everything. With the Cubs this year, he's been absolutely steady as a rock. Unlike this rotation, which has dealt with injuries to a lot of players, right? Steele out for the year. Shota missed around a month. Jameson Taillon missed almost 2 months. But Colin Ray, through thick and thin, has been there for this team. And he's pitched so well. And he did it again tonight. The problem with tonight was the bullpen. The bullpen was really shaking, letting a lot of runners on. And, of course, Danny Palencia in the sweat fest of the ninth. The Brewers are a good team. They're going to apply pressure to you. That's just how it works in baseball. So, Cubs got out of there with the victory. That's all that matters. I don't know how long the Colin Ray magic is going to last. I'm just going to enjoy the ride for what it is because he's been absolutely spectacular. Also, during the game, Jesse Rogers did report that Kyle Tucker did suffer a fractured finger on June 1st. Again, I'm not trying to talk about this injury all too much. Just kind of shed some light in on what really happened. Tucker refused the IL stint. I'm not sure why that was the case, but he should have took it because now, we need him. And again, we're winning. That's fine. We just need that finger to be healthy so he can go back to the mechanics that made him a superstar level player because that is how good Kyle Tucker can be, and his impact on this lineup shows that much. So more about that on a different video maybe, but we know a little bit more about Kyle Tucker's situation. But Colin Ray, well done, my man. Well done. You have exceeded all expectations of this Cubs fan, and I'm hoping a lot of other Cubs fans as well. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe we're here. I cannot believe we're in this situation, especially if you talked to me this time last week, the way we were playing. There's no way we would think what the Cubs are doing right now would be possible. We go into the game today with the series locked up, but we can't get complacent, okay? This stuff matters, right? These games cost 2 games apiece. We lose, we're 7 back again. We only gained 1 game from starting at 8 on Monday. We win, we're down 5 games. 3-game gain against the Brewers with the rest of the schedule. I'm not sure if the Brewers are going to go back to what they were doing prior to seeing us, but if anything, we slowed down their skis a little bit, and hopefully the ace of this staff tomorrow can go out and get us a victory. We are going to be facing Quinn Priester, who is absolutely spectacular. Last time Shota faced the Brewers, he was awesome. He did a really, really good job, and hopefully the Cubs bats can get to Priester. I'm curious to see if Kyle Tucker plays again, or if Craig Counsell's just going to roll out the lineup that's won 3 straight games against the best team in baseball. That's the question, right? Again, let his finger rest. Get him out to California. If he's ready to play then, he's ready to play. I'm perfectly comfortable with Owen Casey playing some right field and getting more experience on that front. Again, maybe he didn't have a hit today, but he did draw that walk against Mizorowski with a great at-bat. He's got a great approach at the plate. I love watching the young guys play and develop right before our very eyes. And it's hard for me to swallow that Ian Happ bats second, but he hit a ball hard. He hits the ball hard, and he's just been more unlucky this year than not. But again, it's totally understandably frustrating, especially from the fan perspective. So let's get a victory today. Let's take 4 or 5 from the Milwaukee Brewers, and then we go to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, where we have another chance to win some series and keep making more progress in that division race and wild card race. So for everybody, I hope you all have a fantastic Thursday. I will see you guys tomorrow morning with another one, and we'll talk soon. Peace.